of Perspectives 2020. Today we have with us Mr. Shankar Sharma, Managing Director and Vice Chairman of First Global. Shankar sir needs no introduction in the world of investing. He's someone who spotted Apple, Amazon, IndusInd Bank way before anyone else in the investing world looked into it. He successfully predicted 3 bear markets in India. When the markets witness a sharp fall or there is a bubble in the stocks, he has often predicted them well in advance. Unlike others who present a guarded view, he is vocal about pointing out the fault lines in the market sentiments and has interesting views on money management. We are proud to host you, sir. Many thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you, Vikas.
Thank you, Shankar sir, for spending this afternoon with us and enlightening us, in fact, all our clients with your views today. I'm more than sure that it is really going to be a very fascinating session for us today.
Sure.
Shankar sir, to start off with, let's start this conversation with your views on market, what's happening and what's your take. Because most of the people we speak to, it gives us a feeling that, market is actually not in sync with the economic reality.
Well, yes. I mean, I think your question has been asked by millions of investors, including some very, very experienced and seasoned investors. For example, Warren Buffett, has not bought a single share in this whole bear market after having told us from the time we started our careers that you should be greedy when others are fearful. That has been his mantra, but he has been very, very fearful and he has missed the single best rally in a 4-month period that we have seen in the last 10 years. The last time we saw such a rally was in 2009, April, up until June, almost the same time period. After that, this kind of sharp rally has happened only now. And even a person like Warren Buffett has missed it completely. I know of so many large funds, large institutions who have just been flabbergasted by this whole rally. And so your question is the very valid question. But again, to back up a bit. So in February, around, I think February 20th or 25th, around that time, I was sitting in a Nariman Point office. We were looking at all the systems that we have built over 23 years of investing. Because we are a very system-driven firm. You might think that I come out and make a big prediction, but I mean, none of that is actually just a brainwave. It is all coming out of a lot of data, a lot of analysis, a lot of science. It is not a, कि suddenly, दिमाग की बत्ती जल गई हमारी, कोई thought पे. So we were sitting, we were looking at everything, and it just came from the data all around us that we were heading into a lot of trouble. And by that time, actually, if you go back, February 2025, say you could have easily seen that this problem was a serious problem. It was not as if it was hidden, right? If you went to Twitter and saw the tweets of major experts in this field of virology and all that, it was that it's a serious problem. By that time, Italy had already started to have this major kind of, pandemic problem. When we saw that, and then we saw every single indicator, every single data point that we see, it came to us that we are going to have a problem. So immediately we moved away from, equities into fixed income, into cash. And within 15 days, the whole world collapsed completely, right? As a result of having made that shift, we hardly were down in February and March. So we maybe lost 5-7%. That is nothing compared to a 30-35%, 40% fall. That almost every fund in the world, including Ray Dalio, etc., everybody was wiped out, in the month of February, and particularly in March. We managed to sidestep that. But by March 22nd, 23rd, in fact, I tweeted about it also, that we think now this is going to be back into the sort of bull market territory, and that's when we shifted completely from cash and fixed income back into equities. From that point till today, it has been a one-way bet. Okay, I mean, frankly, this last 3-4 month period has been one of the smoothest rides possible that I have experienced in my equity investing or trading career. Now, question is why has this happened in the first place? ये हुआ क्यों? When the whole world has collapsed, whole economies have collapsed. India is in, obviously we all know the macro data is terrible to say the least. US may you've seen 30% contraction in GDP, etc., etc. Europe in problems. Why has this market suddenly woken up and showed that hey, there's no problem, right? That is the core question. The reason is simple. The reason is stop looking at markets. आज ये सुन लीजिएगा आप लोग सब लोग इस बात को crystal clear. Stop looking at markets as a barometer of the economy. That is very, very old-fashioned thinking. Now the stock market is nothing but a barometer of economic power. It has become a barometer of the power of survivors of any particular crisis. So, अगर आप इंडिया में देख लें, आप globally देख लें, which stocks have driven up the markets? In India, it's Reliance Industries. Right? We all know that, correct? That is primary driver. Second is pharma. Third are chemicals. Okay? Has Hindustan Lever beaten the market in this period? No. Has Asian Paints beaten the market? No. Have the banks done well? No. They have gone down 80% from there, they have bounced. But is Bajaj Finance at 5,000? No. Is RBL at 500? No. It went to 100, 120. Now it is back to 175. Has HDFC Bank gone to 1,500? No. So if you see, and globally you can see in China, because we invest globally. We invest in US, we invest in Europe, we invest in UK, we invest in Taiwan, we invest in practically every major market in the world. So if you see the composition of the rally across the world, India में आप देख लें, Taiwan में देख लें, China में देख लें, US में देख लें, Europe में देख लें, it is basically the survivors of this crisis and the people who have benefited from this crisis that have gone up. It is not the people and the companies which have been hurt because of this crisis. To give you an example, in the US, a company called Papa John's, okay, which makes pizzas, that is now at a 5-year high. Starbucks, way down. Okay, McDonald's, way down. Think about it, why? People are sitting at home, they are ordering pizza. Right. So, aap agar dekhen, so the markets have been very intelligent. People are missing the point by saying markets are stupid. Markets are not understanding the reality of what is happening out in the real world. That is not what the markets are saying. Markets are saying this is brilliant for certain parts of the economy, certain parts of the market, and we are going to keep taking those stocks up. So Papa John's has gone to a 5-year high, but Starbucks is nowhere close to that. It has been underperforming the market. Yes. You see, in India, Reliance has gone up, but Bajaj Finance is not at 5,000 because market is saying, boss, we don't believe that people are going to be able to repay the loans that easily, or EMIs might have a problem, etc., etc. So to answer your question, there is no disconnect between the stock market and the reality. I'm saying the opposite of what everybody, including Warren Buffett, believes. I'm saying you are not looking at the composition of this bull market. The composition is winners are running up, losers are falling down. What is wrong in that? That is the way markets are supposed to be, isn't it? So it is not an illogical rally. It's the most logical. I mean, I have been around 30 years. It's probably the most logical rally I have played in my whole life.
So you are basically saying leaders are changing, the style of investing is changing, probably companies are also changing.
The winners are changing, and in our investing philosophy, I always say I'm neither a bull nor a bear, I'm a hare. We will turn, we will see something. ये खरगोश सर कमजोर एनिमल होता है, वो डरा हुआ एनिमल होता है. बुल भी बड़ा होता है, बेयर भी बड़ा होता है. उनको लगता है कि हमारे अपने सामने कोई नहीं है. खरगोश डरा हुआ होता है. मार्केट में डरे हुए लोग जीतते हैं. मार्केट में when you're brave, you will always get killed. So we will change. We saw the market. We stepped aside in February, March. We saw it changing. We saw winners coming out of it. We went back in. As we speak right now, our funds globally are the best performing. In India, PMS is the best performing. All that is coming because we read it right. We are saying that, guys, you are missing the point here. The market has become easier today. That is the point.
Correct. Right, sir. So that brings me to the second question, even though you have touched upon it in your answer, sir, that in one of your recent interviews, I don't remember on which channel or newspaper you gave it, I think you had said that there is not going to be a broad-based bull market in India anytime soon. It is going to be narrow, focused on few stocks. So, I mean, what are you actually reading in correct context that makes you believe that it is actually going to work this way?
So the reality is, we all know that. You don't need me to tell you that. We know that the larger, greater economy has been hurt. In some part, it may have been an irreversible damage to certain parts of the economy. अगर आप छोटा एक businessman को लेंगे, MSME को लेंगे, small trader को लेंगे, जो आदमी अपना daily wager था, या for that matter छोटा store था, all those people 4 months without business, and still it's not changing, right? We don't know when that is going to change. If all of that is going to, if anybody has no revenue for 4 months and you have the cost, large parts of the economy are going to be hurt. We all know that. In that situation, to expect the stock market to produce 500 winners, like what we have seen in the past bull markets, okay, where the broad market rallied, okay, that is probably not a wise expectation. Look, again, I'm saying in markets, things can change, all right? I've been long enough not to have very strong views about anything. Keep it slightly flexible. But the fact of the matter is, based on available data, based on available analysis, it is not wise to expect a broad-based bull market. But that's not to say that you can't make money. This month, in the month of July, our PMS is up nearly 10% versus the market being up 5.5%. पैसा बन रहा है ना, बन ही रहा है. The point is, you need to be. इस market में smarter people will make money. Broad bull market में गधे, घोड़े, सियार सब पैसा बनाते हैं. ये थोड़ा change है, which is good. That is the way market is. Like cricket के में देखे तो flat pitch पे सभी double century बनाते हैं. थोड़ा ball move करने लगता है तो सारे जब out the need a Virat Kohli and a Sachin Tendulkar to play those innings, or a Rahul Dravid. It is that kind of pitch. It is not a flat pitch कि आप जो मर्जी एक shot खेलो और छक्का लग जाए.
Right, sir. Do you believe there are going to be problems ahead for NBFCs or financials? Because this moratorium will encourage a lot of bad behavior in some of these lenders. Pretty sure, I mean. So, should one be very careful with financials in that way?
So, again, in our fund, we have no financials. Zero. Not one. And by the way, in the June rally, we traded the market by 3%. Market was up 8, we were up 5.5. I'm very happy with that. मुझे market के हर दाव पेच को नहीं खेलना है. We have to play what is worth playing. Many stocks can go up in this market. You don't have to play every stock, right? So RBL going from 120 to 200, let it go. यार बाबा मेरे को नहीं खेलना वो call.
Correct.
The reality is moratorium तो एक problem है ही, but there is a larger problem when people don't have money to pay. Giving moratorium is further, accentuating the problem, because most people actually don't even understand what you mean by moratorium. अगर आप आज की डेट में पोल कर लीजिए इंटरनेट पे moratorium का मतलब क्या होता है, मैं चैलेंज मारता हूँ आपको, हिंदुस्तान के 99% लोगों को मालूम नहीं होगा इसका मीनिंग क्या है. What do you mean by moratorium?
Correct.
The reality is that people might even think कि देना ही नहीं है पैसा. That would be the common man's thinking or woman's thinking will be कि पैसा देना नहीं है, माफ हो गया कर्ज मेरा 3 महीने 6 महीने के लिए. So we are pushing the problem down the road. In my view, it is no solution. जो आदमी 3 महीने में नहीं दे सकता, वो 6 महीने में कहाँ से दे देगा साहब?
Correct.
नहीं दे सकते तो नहीं दे सकते ना sir. We all know that, right? Situation is not that कि हम बैठे रहेंगे तो wine की bottle की तरह my situation will keep improving. It will not. It is actually going down. So it is encouraging bad behavior. And we all have seen, on the conference call for a NBFC 2-3 days back, when they revealed that 33% of their AUM is in flexi loan. Now, what is flexi loan? Flexi loan are loans on which you are not supposed to, the customer doesn't pay the principal. He pays only interest for the first 2 years. अब आप अगर सोचे तो आप ऐसा कस्टमर कौन है जो हायर रेट पे लेके जाता है क्योंकि उसको प्रिंसिपल नहीं देना, क्योंकि उसके पास पेइंग कैपेसिटी नहीं है. If it is 33% of your AUM is under that means how much of net worth is that? Think about it. 10 times your net worth. तो ये जो स्पेस है साहब, ये बाउंस बैक किया है, वो किसी और को खेलने दे. We will sit out that part. We have sat it out. We are very relaxed. We are very happy.
Got it, sir. So what are your thoughts on digital transformation of this country? I mean, Jio has actually proved that data is the new oil now.
Yes. So, I mean, again, the fact of the matter is, it's not that only, we needed a Jio to tell us that. Everywhere in the world, it is the same, right? And this work from home has made it even more apparent to everybody that, I'm not saying all, but for large parts of the economy, it can continue. Life has not changed much. Okay. So when that has happened, you are going to see an emergence of a whole new kind of companies which can benefit from this. And I'll give you one example. You know, in India, unfortunately, there are not that many ways you can play the global, the digital world, because companiyan utni nahi hai. But in our global portfolios and funds, we have two companies. We have 45 companies. छोड़िए, हमारे पास दो कंपनियां हैं. एक है London Stock Exchange, okay, which is the share of the LSE, and second is the share of another stock exchange. Now those businesses are perfect digital businesses. लोग घर पे बैठे हैं, लोग trading कर रहे हैं. Now I don't want to go and buy a broker. Why? Because the broker can have default. Can stock exchange have default? No. It's a beautiful business. Now if you see London Stock Exchange share in the last 12 months is up 70%. It has gained 70%. Imagine, so those kinds of businesses are going to be terrific for the future. In India, we have limited choice, but people who are there with us on the global side, they have benefited vastly from this. So data is the new oil, is a given. Digital is the new, tsunami of change is a given. There is no debate about it.
Right, sir. And sir, another interesting feature of this rally has been the so-called Robin Hood effect. You are seeing participation from so many people, retail investors, I would say. How are you reading it?
Because all change should be welcomed, even if it ends badly. So, I am of the belief that who are we to sit and decide for people? They are all adults. Rightly or wrongly, they have chosen this path for at least some time. For a majority of them, it will end badly. We know it. Statistically, not all of them will make money. लेकिन मैं बचपन में कैसीनो गया था काठमांडू में, नेपाल में. So I gambled. I was, I think, about 16 or 17, and I gambled. My father was also there, and I gambled with, I think, 100 rupees, and I made 500 rupees. Okay, on blackjack. And I like blackjack. I was very good at it. I don't know, intuitively, I quite found it very interesting. Okay, so मैंने 500 रुपये मैंने जीते. मैंने आप जाके पिताजी को बोला, सर मैं जीत गया. कहा बेटे कल रात को आके जीतोगे ना तब बात करना. तो एक बार तो सबको जिताते हैं ये लोग. तो ये बात अलग है. अगले दिन भी मैं जीता because I was good at gambling. But point is that 99% of the people who have entered the markets through this Robin Hood and whatever phenomenon you want to call it will end badly, but it might well also throw up some geniuses. How do we know? हो सकता है इन करोड़ों में से कुछ ऐसे जादूगर निकलेंगे who have found a new life and a new career. So I wish them well. I mean, I am a positive person. I say ठीक है. अच्छा गलतियां भी होंगी, हमसे भी गलतियां होती हैं. वो होके यहीं पे पहुंचे हैं. अगर गलतियों से आप कम से कम bankruptcy avoid कर लो, right? If you avoid bankruptcy, hopefully that tuition fee you can put to good use in the later part of your life. So I'm happy people have come in. Just don't go bankrupt doing this.
Right, sir. Sir, what are your thoughts on PSUs? I mean, do you think government is the real culprit out here?
Sir, बोलना तो नहीं चाहिए आजकल इन सब बातों पे. बोलने में डर ही लगता है because थोड़ा.
But आप तो बहुत vocal हो सर ट्विटर पे भी.
अरे वो मैं काफी घुमा फिरा के बोलता हूँ. नहीं बोलता हूँ. The point is, sir, if you look back last 5-6 years, the amount of value destruction in public sector overall is unprecedented. मतलब कि market caps have fallen 50, 70, 80%. Like literally hundreds of billions of dollars of wealth has been eroded. And now, after having eroded that wealth, we want to go and sell them to a foreigner. मैं रोता हूँ एज एन इंडियन. इट पेन्स मी. ये 70 साल से बनी हुई कंपनियां हैं. ये कोई कल की कंपनियां नहीं है. एक स्टार्टअप नहीं है उबर ओला की तरह कि आज आए कल गए. बॉस ये दीज आर सॉलिड वेल मैनेज्ड कंपनीज. बट आपने उनको मैनेज नहीं किया. आपने डुबा दिया भाव. और अब जाके बोलो कि आप सऊदी अरामको को लाओ और बोलो कि आप जाके बीपीसीएल ले लो. कितने में लो? 50,000 करोड़ रुपया. साहब 50,000 करोड़ रुपया. मतलब इतने बुरे दिन आ गए देश के कि हमको 7-8 बिलियन डॉलर के लिए जाके अपने नेशनल एसेट्स, ये क्राउन ज्वेल्स है हमारे, हम जाके बेच देंगे इनको. I find it totally, incomprehensible why such a government cannot run 15 companies. 15 ही तो कंपनियां हैं कुल मिला के साहब. आप क्यों नहीं चला सकते हो इनको ठीक से? आप चलाओ ना उनको. चाइना ने कोई जाके थोड़े अपने PSUs जाके बेच दिए गोरों को, नहीं बेचा ना. आज आप देखो उनकी कंपनियों के बाद दे आर लाइक hundreds of billions of dollars. They are strategic assets. They in fact support China's territorial ambition by expanding the one belt one road. कैसे बन रहा है? All because of the public sector banks of China. और यहाँ पर हम कहते हैं कि सब बैंकों को बेच दो, हम BPCL बेच दो, BHEL बेच दो. I mean, I mean, as an Indian, I feel very, very saddened that we have destroyed these values and then we want to sell them for a pittance. And I would, if I am the leader of the country, I would revive them because frankly, 15 companies चलाने में क्या big deal है साहब. And one more thing I'll tell you, I have interacted with, all these banks, PSU banks. I've interacted with BPCL, HPCL, BHEL since my entire career. Okay, I can tell you their quality of people are far ahead of the private sector. प्राइवेट सेक्टर में अंग्रेजी ठीक बोल लेते हैं साहब, सूट अच्छा पहन लेते हैं, बट जो कोर लर्निंग है बिजनेस की वो पब्लिक सेक्टर में, जो मैंने SBI का जो ऑफिसर से आप बात कर लो, जो बैंकिंग उनको आता है, कोई भी सिटी बैंक और डॉइचे बैंक में नहीं आता किसी. Why letting these people die? It is inhuman.
Got it, sir. Got it. Fair point. Sir, for an individual investor, how does one decide when to book profits? I mean, it is easier said than done कि साहब पैसा तो book कर लेना चाहिए. But what is the right time of doing it? Because there is a huge trade-off between booking profit and letting money compound.
You should never book profit. It's very simple. So, the simple, अगर आप retail investor हो, पहली बात, let's face it, stock markets are always very easy. Okay? Till one day they are not easy. Okay? So, the point in investing is you should not try and judge what is a good price for a stock, because you are no judge. I am no judge. The market is the ultimate judge, and the market will decide what is a good price and what is no longer a good price. Therefore, the way to play this is very simple. You start with 25 stocks, well chosen good stocks, maybe 20 stocks, something like that. Don't start with 2 stocks. That is a disaster. So if Warren Buffett has put 50% of his funds in Apple, I think that is it's the worst and the stupidest thing a human being can do. It is a risk which is unimaginable. Okay? And आप भगवान भी क्यों नहीं हो सर? There are certain ways to manage money. This is the irresponsible way to manage money. Start with 20-25 stocks. आप 2-5% सब stock में डालो. Well chosen stocks. Let them run. At the end of 1 year, you will find that 4 or 5 of them have run up maybe 200-300%. मिडिल में रह जाएंगे मार्केट परफॉर्मर्स, एंड टुवर्ड्स द एंड रह जाएंगे जो लैगर्ड्स हैं. आप लैगर्ड्स को निकाल दो, आप नए 4-5 खिलाड़ियों को डाल दो. लाइक क्रिकेट टीम सिलेक्शन है साहब, और कुछ नहीं है. तो लेट द डेटा टेल यू व्हेन टू एग्जिट, एंड द डेटा इज बेसिकली स्टॉक प्राइस. सो द प्राइसेस आर रनिंग अप, यू आर जस्ट ट्रेलिंग द स्टॉक प्राइसेस. यू डोंट मेक अ डिसीजन व्हेन टू एग्जिट. लाइक मैंने जूम लिया था $70 में, आज भी 250 पे मेरे पास में है. ओके, now I should have exited 100, 120, 150, 170, 200, 250, I went to 280 also. मैंने exit नहीं किया हुआ, रखा हुआ है. But if it falls to 220, I am out of the trade. अपने आप system ही out कर देगा, खत्म हो गई बात. But suppose it doesn't fall, suppose it goes to 400, then I'll regret my life that why had I sold at 250. Let the market make the decision for you.
So that brings me to the next question, sir. Are you trying to tell that one should not be doing concentrated investing? And because that is really getting advocated a lot in India these days, whether you talk about PMSs or mutual funds for that matter. सब कहते हैं कि साहब concentration होगा तो ही पैसा बनेगा. आप 10 स्टॉक में रहिए, that is it. इंडिया में सिर्फ 10 कंपनियां हैं जो आपको perpetually पैसा कमा के देती जाएगी.
सर वो क्या होता है ना कि इसको कहते हैं recency bias. जो चीज रिसेंट ट्रेंड होता है ना, हम उसको ही समझ लेते हैं कि लाइफ लॉन्ग ये ट्रेंड था. तो आजकल ये हो गया कि FMCG कंपनियां खरीद लो, लीवर, एशियन पेंट्स और ये 4-5 पेज इंडस्ट्रीज एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा, और आप वो कॉन्स्टेंटली वो चलती जाएंगी और आप पैसे बनाते रहोगे. करेक्ट? दैट इज ब्रॉडली व्हाट द लॉजिक इन द थीम इज. तो अभी मैं आर्टिकल ही लिख रहा हूँ आज दोपहर में, जो छपेगा नेक्स्ट वीक में. मैंने सारे इन स्टॉक्स का लॉन्ग टर्म हिस्ट्री निकाला है, सभी का, राइट फ्रॉम 1990 ऑनवर्ड्स. You will be amazed at the number of years, forget months, when they don't do anything and they underperform the market sharply. Sharply. I don't want to preempt that article. You will read it. It's all data. अच्छा फ्रैंकली ये 5 मिनट में डेटा मिलता है साहब. इसके लिए आपको कोई कंप्यूटर साइंटिस्ट नहीं चाहिए, आईआईटी इंजीनियर नहीं चाहिए. 5 मिनट जाके देख लीजिए. इन सारे स्टॉक्स का इतिहास देख लें आप. You will find they endure 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Stocks like ITC, stocks like Bata, stocks like Hindustan Lever, stocks like Nestle. 3-3, 5-5 साल they are flat or they are down while market is up sharply. ये लास्ट 2 साल में अच्छे किए तो हमने उसके ऊपर एक इंडस्ट्री बना दी.
करेक्ट.
हमने एक इंडस्ट्री बना दी, लोगों की दुकानें चलने लगी. पर डेटा ही इसको सपोर्ट नहीं करता है साहब. बाय द वे हमारे पास नेस्ले भी है, ब्रिटानिया भी है, लेकिन हम उसके ऊपर कहानियां नहीं लिख रहे हैं साहब. ये स्टॉक है, ये मोहब्बत नहीं है. One fine day they will stop and we'll be out. End of the story. मोहब्बत करना है तो घर वाली है, जो भी है उनके साथ करिए.
No, very well put forward, sir. In fact, 2 weeks back we did this session with Samir Arora, and he actually explained it with data that why this whole thing is absolutely misconceived. साहब ये 10 स्टॉक की दुनिया नहीं है इंडिया में. There is life far beyond it, and it is too easy to say all these things.
Sir, in our India PMS we have today 42 positions. And if you see our number, there is a gap of 25% between us and the next guy. अब ये कोई जादू हो रहा है क्या? हुआ है ना, ये साल की बात कर रहा हूं.
Correct, sir.
इस महीने मार्केट ने 5% दिया, we are up 9.5% with 42 stocks.
Correct.
कुछ दिन बहुत अच्छे लगोगे 5 स्टॉक लेके. There is no doubt about it. There is no doubt about it. बट वो एक ना एक दिन इट विल कम बैक एंड हॉन्ट नॉट यू. आपको तो पैसे मिल गए, 2% आपका फी बन गया. आपके इन्वेस्टर्स, इट विल हॉन्ट योर इन्वेस्टर्स फॉर द रेस्ट ऑफ देयर लाइफ. वी हैव सीन दैट इन द मंथ ऑफ मार्च. सबके पास 40% थे, 50% थे ये बजाज में और ये बैंक्स में. अब 30-40% अगर आप एक महीने में डाउन हो जाएंगे तो आप ब्रेक इवन कब पहुंचेंगे आप सोचिए. इट्स कंप्लीटली इनसेन. इट्स अ स्टूपिड वे टू मैनेज मनी.
Right, sir. Got it. Sir, before I take this conversation to our next stage of discussion, which is on asset allocation, I want to discuss it with you because this is one question as a wealth manager we get asked most of the time. And actually, this is a problem which investors are also facing big way. Mutual fund returns for last 10 years have been very disappointing. I mean, not even our debt funds have been, though of course this year keeping in mind, they have not been able to beat our debt funds. So what should an investor, a normal investor who is doing an SIP with us, continuously allocating money into that, what should he be doing or what would be your advice to him? And second on it, if you could add, what has been the reason of such a dismal performance for the last 10 years? I mean, particularly this decade for that matter.
Correct. That's a very good question. Let me answer why the performance has been so dismal. Okay. Stock market is nothing but a mechanism to price growth, right? That we all know. It's very, very basic. What do you mean by growth? Growth means growth in earnings of companies, right? If you see last 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, आप हर साल देख लें तो between 0 and 5% आपकी corporate earnings growth है, correct? Now, question is ये क्यों है? Why is it only 0.0 to 5%? Reason is very simple. There is no inflation. If there is no inflation, तो कंपनियों के टॉप लाइन जो हम देखते हैं सेल्स ग्रोथ, वो तो नॉमिनल टर्म्स में हमेशा मेजर होते हैं साहब. It's never real. It is always nominal. Correct? So, if a company has to grow 15% in nominal terms top line, तभी bottom line 15 नहीं तो 14 नहीं तो 16, 17 grow करेगा. All in nominal terms. When your nominal GDP growth is hardly, you would say 7-8%. You cannot have corporate profit growth which is 16-17%. It's not possible. More or less corporate profit growth will be plus minus 2% of the nominal GDP. That is broadly the statistic. Correct? अगर आपने nominal GDP growth को ही इतना कम कर दिया कि 5-7%, 8% चल रहा है, तो 8% your corporate earnings cannot compound at 15-17%. If corporate earnings don't compound at 15-17%, then how can market compound at 15-17%? Therefore, market is compounded at 5% or 6%, which is around what your real, your nominal GDP growth has been plus minus 2%. That is the reason why. I've always said this, India needs some inflation for growth to come. We cannot follow the Western model कि इन्फ्लेशन को नियर जीरो रखो तो ही ठीक होगा. हमारी पूरी कंट्री इन्फ्लेशन पे ही चलती है साहब, पूरा रूरल इकोनॉमी इन्फ्लेशन पे चलता है. आप देखिए तो द बेस्ट पीरियड ऑफ ग्रोथ वाज 2004 to 14. उसमें कभी इन्फ्लेशन 2% नहीं था. द इन्फ्लेशन वाज मोर लाइक 7-8%. हम हाहाकार मचाया हमने बेशक, लेकिन इक्विटी मार्केट के वो रिटर्न हमने आज तक कभी नहीं देखे उसके बाद.
राइट सर.
कॉर्पोरेट प्रॉफिट कंपाउंडिंग 15-20%, मार्केट भी चला उतना. So the point is, to answer your question, when you killed inflation, you killed growth. In short, when you kill growth, your market is only a reflection of that. Therefore, you've not made any returns from mutual fund investment. Which brings us to the second point, which you had mentioned, that the whole mantra has been and marketed aggressively is that mutual fund sahi hai. Correct? कि मतलब it's only equity में डालो and you will have to wait 5 years, you will make money. हम तो 5-7 साल से बैठे हुए हैं, not even FD returns have been made by people. Correct? Yes, it's the reality, and I'm nobody to say anything wrong. The data is very, very clear. The point is that in the same period, other asset classes have done very well. Like for example, for an Indian, gold has done very, very well. Right? Done phenomenal. This year itself, equity markets are down 10-15% as we speak right now. Gold is up nearly 30%.
Yes, sir.
So the point is, in an allocation pie chart, ये हमें marketing कर के, and as wealth manager, you should be very clear that equity पे हमारा पैसा बन जाता है, but is it always the right thing for the investor?
Right, sir.
Ultimately, साहब आपका business हमारा business तब है अगर investor है. अगर investor नहीं है, तो हम ये कहानियां गड़गड़ के कब तक चलेंगे? So the point is, we must be honest in our advice. That this year may not be that good for equities. We might be wanting to allocate the pie chart a little differently, and that allocation is not an easy thing that आप suddenly बोल दो कि आप pull कर दो इसमें pull कर दो. This year, for example, GSECs have returned nearly. If you take a GSEC fund, that has done the best of all the debt funds, right? So in our PMS, we have one asset allocation PMS, which has done phenomenally well. Even in this month, by the way. In this month, तो जुलाई का महीना निकला, we are up 6% in that fund, and उसमें equity सिर्फ 40% है हमारे पास.
Okay.
आप समझिए, तो volatility नहीं है and return बनता है. So the point is, as a wealth manager, wealth advisor, you must start practicing, coaching, preaching the mantra of asset allocation, because most returns come from the top-down correctness of your pie chart. अगर आपका पाई चार्ट सही था, तो उसके पाई चार्ट के अंदर में आपने और क्या क्या शेयर लिए, उससे बहुत ज्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला है साहब. You see the point? Get the top down right, then the bottom part will 70-80% पैसे बनेंगे getting the top down. 20% पैसे बनेंगे bottom पे आपने शेयर कितने अच्छे लिए.
Right, sir. So how does this asset allocation and investors should be designing in a way, sir? Interest rates are crazily falling in this country now. So I don't know, sir, on an average, when we look at debt funds, the average yields on debt funds have come down to 5%. Real estate is not doing anything great. Gold, we have already seen a rally. So how this whole asset allocation basket be constructed at an investor's level?
So which is exactly why we have done global investing for 23 years now. Okay, right from 97, 98. And it has been a huge journey. मतलब कि अगर मैं वही कहता हूँ कि अगर एक डिसीजन सही लिया लाइफ में, 2 डिसीजन लिए, एक तो सिटी बैंक छोड़ के इस बिजनेस में आया, दूसरा कि खाली इंडिया फोकस को छोड़कर ग्लोबल फोकस किया, वो 97, 98 से किया. तो दुनिया में पॉइंट इज, देयर इज मनी बीइंग मेड समवेयर इन द वर्ल्ड. ये बात इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू फोकस. It is not that there will be a uniform bull market or a uniform bear market. There will be a bull market somewhere, while at the same time there is a bear market somewhere else. ये साल अगर आप देख लें तो India is in a bear market. We have seen that. We are still down. Look at Taiwan. It has done. People talk Nasdaq. भूल जाओ Nasdaq यार. I mean, कहाँ जा रहे हो तुम? ताइवान देखो. वहाँ की एक-एक कंपनियां 3-3, 4-4 गुने हो गई, अच्छी-अच्छी बड़ी-बड़ी कंपनियां in this year. So the point is, as Indians, too long we have been told India is this, India that. I am not denying. I think India is a great country, but that does not mean 100% of everything I have should be in India.
Okay.
ये तो कोई, it's like saying I will own only one share. कि तो कोई बुद्धिमानी नहीं हुई ना साहब. You have to own many shares to make a portfolio. Similarly, you have to own many countries and many asset classes to make a proper pie chart. जिससे कि ऐसा नहीं हुआ कि मैं एक जगह फंस गया जहां रिटर्न नहीं बना या बहुत बड़ा लॉस बन गया. So which is exactly why we got a lot of demand for our global investing experience and track record, and which is why we launched it. I can tell you, people in our funds, in our PMSs today, I mean, the mails we get, the calls we get is like, it is phenomenal. And frankly, I don't have to do it for money. Okay? So the बहुत हो गया भगवान से, but frankly, beyond my capabilities.
Right, sir.
What I feel good is I'm at least able to help people, get into situation wherein ये ना लगे कि यार मैं करूं क्या, ना रियल एस्टेट चलता है, ना फिक्स्ड इनकम में पैसे बनते हैं, ना इक्विटी में इंडिया में पैसे बनते हैं. उसका एक रास्ता है, बट वो रास्ता कठिन है. जस्ट ब्लाइंडली नहीं करना चाहिए. हमें मालूम है हाउ मच वर्क वी नीड टू पुट इन, बट डन राइट, ग्लोबल इन्वेस्टिंग इज अ phenomenal journey. Phenomenal journey. And this year has proven it. This year has proven it.
Absolutely. True, very true, sir. And global markets have done extremely well. People, if those who have invested in American markets in last couple of years have made phenomenal money in comparison to Indian markets.
नहीं, ये भी गलत फहमी है. खाली अमेरिकन मार्केट नहीं, मैं आपको डेटा बताता हूँ. ये भी एक बहुत बड़ी गलत फहमी है. लास्ट ईयर परफॉर्मिंग मार्केट पता है कौन सा था? रशिया.
ओके.
48% अप.
ओके.
48% up, जबकि India was hardly 9%.
Right.
Brazil was up 35%. Nasdaq was only some 32%.
Okay.
Spain was up nearly 30%. साहब, Spain, Portugal, ये countries and सब डॉलर रिटर्न की बात कर रहा हूँ. 25 से 30% तो यूरोपियन मार्केट्स ने दिया. Forget about ये US. So global investing is not US. ये बहुत बड़ी गलत फहमी है. This year itself, I mean, today in our global funds, we have only 50% मेरे पास में UK है, Canada है, South Korea है. So you have to have the best possible combination of global markets, global countries, global companies. We have gold, we have oil, we have emerging market bonds which have done very well. So इससे क्या होता है सर, एक पाई चार्ट बनता है जिससे कि मैं कहीं भी ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं मतलब I can lose a lot of money. At the same time, you're making tons of money. That is it. See, it's not something which is very straightforward. That's why you need people who have done.
Got it, sir. Got it. Now we'll spend some time in knowing you as an investor. You have been very successful and really followed a lot. I can tell you, sir, we have 680 people joining us today, and they are so fond of you. The last time probably I thought that when we got Samir sir out here that we had probably the highest registration. This one has surely crossed it. So they are more interested in knowing.
No, Samir is a very good friend. We have been.
I know it very well, sir. We had a very detailed discussion with him, at the time of doing it about you and the common interest that both of you share.
Yeah. And we think very alike. So
I agree, sir, completely. So, sir, to start off this side, I mean, I would ask you. You have traveled almost 35 years in this market and investing now. How has been the journey?
So my journey is actually much longer than that. My journey is now, as we speak, maybe more like or nearly 40 years. So because I made first investment in 82 when I was in college. I just entered college, and see, one of the reasons why I got into it was because my father had died when I was, I think, 17. So I just wanted to become very rich, because, there was not a lot of wealth. Obviously, my father was a government servant, so there was not like we had some, lakhs and crores, ek ghar tha and a little bit of savings, and that's pretty much it. So that you need some, kuch hona chahiye, something to ignite the need. And in my house, there was a tenant called, he was a police inspector, or maybe some senior person in police, and Mr. Siddiqui. And he told me कि बेटा तुम कुछ मम्मी से पैसे लेके जिस IPO पब्लिक इशू बोलते थे उस वक्त, तो मैं धनबाद से, फिर वो पब्लिक इशू एशियन होटल्स का था, मैं धनबाद से ट्रेन पकड़ के I came to Calcutta, and in Calcutta I went to the Dalhousie Square branch of SBI, which was where I could stand in the queue, because धनबाद में बैंकर्स उधर इशू नहीं थे, इतना वहां से कोई एप्लीकेशन नहीं आते थे. So वो मतलब पूरा दिन का सुबह कोलफील्ड पकड़ के मैं पहुंचा कलकत्ता, दिन भर ये किया, रात को शाम को वापस ये ब्लैक डायमंड पकड़ के वापस अपना कोल्ड। It was and then fortunately it made me 10 times my money. तो ITC के bond issue convertible bonds आए थे 84 में, which again I invested in. So which again made me a lot of money. So वो एक आदत लग गई इस चीज की, and then I did my MBA, joined Citi. So पूरा एक finance का line बना. I mean, in hindsight, I can tell you this much that anybody wanting to do investing as a career, पहले तो आप साहब ये मान लो कि 50 साल की उम्र के पहले आपको अकल नहीं आएगी.
Okay.
You take it from me in writing today. आपको लगेगा बहुत स्मार्ट हो और मार्केट आपको ऐसी गूगली देगा कि आपको लगेगा ये क्या हो गया. और वो इसीलिए आपको थ्योरी आप जितनी मर्जी पढ़ लो, और यहाँ मैं बैठा हूँ साहब वहां से सिर्फ मुझे किताबों की कतार नजर आती है हर तरफ. तो वी हैव लिटरली thousands of books in this home, plus अब तो Kindle आ गया, तो Kindle पे literally there are hundreds and thousands. That is the way you will become successful at this game. This game is about knowledge, reading, understanding. जब मैं MBA कर रहा था तो फ्राइडे नाइट को मेरे सारे फ्रेंड्स जाते थे बार में, चलो बियर पीने चलेंगे, बिकॉज अब हो गया वीक, खत्म हो गया. मैं बोलता था नहीं यार, मैं लाइब्रेरी में बैठूंगा, मैं पुराने बाउंड इश्यूज होते थे फॉर्च्यून के, फोर्ब्स के, बिजनेस वीक के, हार्वर्ड बिजनेस रिव्यू के, बैठ के पढ़ता था. मतलब 7-8 बजे से पढ़ता था और बीच में जाके एक बियर लेके आ जाता था कि चलो भाई एक बियर भी पीते हैं साथ में, और पढ़ता रहता था. मैं पढ़ता था 2 बजे, 3 बजे, 4 बजे, 5 बजे, बिकॉज इट्स सो इंटरेस्टिंग कि जनरल मोटर्स के साथ 1940 में क्या हुआ था और व्हाट वाज IBM इन द 60s, हाउ इट बिकेम डिफरेंट. इट्स नॉट दैट कि आप सिर्फ रेशियो एनालिसिस सीख लो या एक MBA कर लो या CFA कर लो. दैट्स ओनली द टूल्स एंड द टेक्निक्स, बट द माइंड इज अ कंप्यूटर. आप उसको भरो डेटा से, इंफॉर्मेशन से, नॉलेज से, वो आके कहीं ना कहीं आपको ये ज्ञान देगा. एंड आई विल गिव यू वन एग्जांपल. ओके, आजकल जैसे बोलबाला FMCG कंपनियां ले लो, राइट, एवरीबॉडी कीप्स द हिंदुस्तान लीवर और नेस्ले ये वो. मैंने एक आर्टिकल पढ़ा था जब मैं MBA कर रहा था, ओके, इन हार्वर्ड बिजनेस रिव्यू, and that article was the bargaining part. At that time Michael Porter was also a very big force in comparative strategy. It was bargaining power of the buyer versus the supplier. How this is the balance to determine margins. And organized retail in the West has come in the 50s and the 60s, which is why they drove down the margins for the FMCG companies. Because negotiation हो जाता है ना साहब. अगर मैं वॉलमार्ट हूं तब तो मैं बोलूंगा ना इसको, कोलगेट को और जिलेट को, कि यार मैं तुमसे रेजर लूंगा, तुम्हारा $2 है तो मेरे को तुम 50 सेंट में दो, बिकॉज आई कैन बाय लिटरली hundreds of millions of dollars. बट वही मॉम एंड पॉप किराना स्टोर्स हैं, उनके पास कलेक्टिव बार्गेनिंग पावर नहीं है. अब आप वो आर्टिकल में आज बैठ के सोच रहा था, आज नहीं, मतलब कुछ दिनों से, कि पीपल आर नॉट रियलाइजिंग. अब जियो आ गया, वो किराना को सबको ऑर्गेनाइज कर रहा है, करेक्ट. Then you have DMart, then you have other parts of India becoming organized retail. अगर रिटेल ऑर्गेनाइज हो जाएगा, सबसे बड़ा लूजर कौन है इसमें? FMCG कंपनी.
Right, sir.
अब वो मार्जिन नहीं देगा वो ऑर्गेनाइज रिटेलर. अभी तो आपने एक एक को तोड़ के बेचा है, कोई एक साथ तो बेचा नहीं किसी को. Right. अब सारे एक साथ आ जाएंगे, कहेंगे भाई साहब ये शैम्पू का भाव यहाँ से 20% कम करो, बिकॉज सारे रिटेलर एक ही कहते हैं ना सर कि 10% सस्ता दूंगा मैं दूसरे से. अब वो कहाँ देगा सर? अपने जेब से थोड़े देगा, मैन्युफैक्चरर से ही लेगा ना. yes. दूसरी बात, ऑल दीज कंपनीज हैव गॉट नेगेटिव वर्किंग कैपिटल, ऑल द FMCG कंपनीज. मतलब वो अपने सप्लायर के पैसे से खेलते हैं, करेक्ट. अब वो भी दिन खत्म हो जाएंगे, बिकॉज तुमको ये अपना रिलायंस जियो जो रिटेल फ्रेश ये वो बोलेंगे 6 महीने पेमेंट होगा. सो यू विल गेट हिट ऑन मार्जिन, यू विल गेट हिट ऑन वर्किंग कैपिटल. अब ये कितने लोग सोच रहे हैं? अब मैं ये क्यों सोच रहा हूँ? क्योंकि मैंने वो आर्टिकल 1986 में पढ़ा था.
Right.
You see how things can come back to help you. That's the point I'm trying to make. So journey में साहब पढ़ाई continuous. आज भी रात को सोने के पहले 2 घंटा पढ़ता हूँ मैं हर दिन.
No, that I know, sir. You know, seeing and reading so many interviews of yours, I know that you and Davina ma'am both are voracious readers. So that and probably your success come with this cost of reading probably.
Because just probably नहीं, उसी के चलते अगर मैं कोई चीज को एट्रीब्यूट करूं, इट इज ओनली नॉलेज. साहब हमने 10,000 रुपया लेके तो स्टार्ट किया था बिजनेस. हमारे पास कौन से बाप के लाखों करोड़ों रुपए थे?
करेक्ट सर,
आज
करेक्ट,
तक किसी से पैसा नहीं लिया साहब, आज भी 2 ही शेयर होल्डर हैं कंपनी में।
करेक्ट, करेक्ट, बिल्कुल सर,
तो किया होगा ना बीच में।
बिल्कुल।
पॉइंट इज दैट इज वो वेल्थ जो है ना सर, आपके पास पैसा नहीं है ना, लेकिन वो गैप को आप नॉलेज से फिल कर दो, आपके पास पैसा आ गया था।
करेक्ट सर, वेरी वेल पुट सर,
वेरी सिंपल।
I agree with you, sir. Very well put. Sir, how important is luck in investing, and maybe for you as well, a small boy from a small city like Dhanbad coming to Bombay and becoming wizard of the Lal Street now?
So I think luck is extremely important. I mean, I am a massive believer in luck. But what is luck? Again, very important to understand. Luck, in my definition, is opportunity meeting preparation.
Okay.
तो होता क्या है साहब, अपॉर्चुनिटीज आती रहती है हर तरह की लाइफ में। आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग ओनली स्टॉक मार्केट, राइट, हर तरह की, लेकिन उसका कैपिटलाइजेशन वही कर सकता है जो प्रिपेयर्ड है। Most people have not invested in their own life, in their own development, so that वो कैपेक्स इतना कम है आपके अपने में कि अपॉर्चुनिटी आएगा और जाएगा और आप उसको केपेबल ही नहीं थे उस चीज को एक्सप्लॉइट करने की। On the other hand, a person who is ready and prepared, just like cricket, for example, right? प्लेयर्स तो बहुत होते हैं, बट उसमें से कुछ ही होंगे जो प्रिपेयर्ड है कि कल को मुझे टेस्ट का कॉल आ गया, ऑस्ट्रेलिया में पर्थ पे बैटिंग करनी है अगेंस्ट, मैं रेडी हूं। मैंने वो पर्थ के पिच को अपने बैकयार्ड में बनाया है और मैंने बोला है बॉलर को 15 गज से मेरे को बॉल करो, शॉर्ट बॉल करो, मुझे खेल के रेडी रहना है। कब टेस्ट कॉल आएगा मुझे नहीं मालूम है, लेकिन जिस दिन आएगा एंड आई एम ऑन द फ्लाइट टू ऑस्ट्रेलिया, I will play the innings which after which test selector cannot drop me. अब आप बोलो टेस्ट कॉल तो लक था, मान लिया, पर सेंचुरी तो लक नहीं था ना सर।
करेक्ट सर,
सेंचुरी वाज योर प्रिपरेशन। So luck is nothing but opportunity meeting preparation. If you have both, you will be lucky. So you can increase your luck. Luck is not fixed by God. Luck is not fixed by God.
Right sir, got it.
You can create opportunities only because साहब आप देख लो, आपने इर्द गिर्द देख लीजिए, दुनिया में अपॉर्चुनिटी सबके सामने होते हैं, बट कोई क्यों एक्सप्लॉइट कर लेते हैं, बाकी नहीं कर पाते। They are not prepared, they are not ready.
राइट सर, एफर्ट तो लगाना ही पड़ेगा एज यू सेड।
एफर्ट लगाते रहिए सर, जिस दिन वो आएगा छक्केगा बॉल, उस दिन बैट अपने आप चल जाएगा। आपने इतनी प्रैक्टिस की हुई है उस चीज के ऊपर।
got it sir. Sir, you have discovered or rather found many gems on stock side. I know the most famous ones are Amazon, Alphabet. I think the recent one, शायद अभी कोई इंटरव्यू में आपने कहा भी था शायद टाटा मोटर्स के बारे में, I think डोमिनोज के लोग बात करते रहते हैं, but the most fascinating story that I have heard about you was on Amazon and Tata Motors. Sir, if you could share some of that with our investors also today.
So Amazon was nearly 19 years back, 2001 actually. हमने तब तक we had already advanced quite a bit in our understanding of global markets because as I said हमने 97, 98 से ये पूरा एक thinking understand. I mean global companies compared to Indian companies is like 100 times more complicated because balance sheets मोटी होती हैं, कंपनियों के subsidiaries होती हैं, मतलब literally dozens if not hundreds of subsidiaries. So by that time, at the time Amazon came, we had advanced quite a bit already. At that point, Amazon was $10, $11. What happened was we were sitting and looking at their quarterly numbers, the जो 10Q आते हैं, and उसमें हम लोगों ने जब हमारे analyst ने देखा कि they had made $145 million of cash flow, free cash. Now, exactly at that time, Morgan Stanley's Mary Meeker, who was the internet era's reigning queen, she had put out a report saying that Amazon is gone. And Lehman Brothers credit analyst, who's analyzing the bonds, had put out a report also saying that the bonds will be, basically worthless. And when my analyst came and showed me this data, we were sitting analyzing here. How is it possible this company, everybody is saying is going to go bankrupt and you are saying that 145 million in one quarter it has made free cash flow for the first time in its entire history. So we said there's only one way to find out. Let's write an email to Amazon. So we wrote a mail to Jeff Bezos and to unka jo CFO tha, I forget who it was. And both Bezos and I think Warren CFO came on the call. And we asked them this. So they said, we cannot, Jeff Bezos himself said that I cannot give you any forward-looking statement and all that. We said, we don't want forward-looking. You just please confirm that have you actually made free cash flow $145 million in this quarter? Because that is what our arithmetic is. Maybe we are foolish. Maybe we are stupid. He said, you are absolutely spot on. We have turned free cash positive in this quarter. Your numbers are correct. हमने कहा, thank you very much, sir. फिर कभी मिलेंगे. We hung the phone. I think next day, Jeff Bezos sent us an email saying that thank you for the support. You are the only guys on Wall Street who are rooting for us. And when a bankrupt company, people are saying bankrupt is saying $150 million per quarter, that means $600 million of cash flow. So no-brainer trade was born. It was a no-brainer. I mean, when I look back, I say I cannot believe how stupid Wall Street was. So it was a great trade, but it was not something that required genius. It required basic accounting analysis. That's all it required. That was one. Tata Motors was a different thing altogether. Everybody knew the JLR acquisition was a disaster. We were making a billion pound loss. I was in London at that time. I think it was 2010 ki baat thi. So because they had acquired in 2008 and it was already in trouble in 2009. In the summer of 2010 or maybe just early part of summer, I was there and I was staying in the Mayfair area, and wahin par JLR ka showroom hai, just in the Park Lane area. So I was, and I love cars. I loved cars, as a kid. And which kid doesn't like cars, right? So I was going for my run, on just at Hyde Park and Park Lane. And I came across this showroom with this beautiful new Jaguar vehicles. And the new Jaguar XJ was there and the XF was there. And I was blown away. I said, if this is what Jaguar is going to produce, then they are going to take the market. So I called my auto analyst and I told him that please do me some numbers. What is the market share of Jaguar right now in the global luxury market? He said, sir, it is 0.5% or something. I said, all right, let's put it at 3%. Because with these models, I'm not saying 30% ho jayega, 2-3% hi leke chalo. And take a normal margin for a luxury car. He did it and he called me again. He said, sir, I'm getting a profit of $500 million. If this is the number, that from 0.5% they go to 3% only at a normal 18% EBITDA. So मैंने कहा यार market तो कह रहा है ये company bankrupt हो जाएगी. This is the data. And that's how the Jaguar Land Rover trade was born. That's how Tata Motors was born. After that, it did phenomenally well. And of course, like I said, nothing is permanent. जब नजर आया कि अब ये trade over हो गया तो out हो गया ना सब. उसके पीछे कोई थोड़े कहानियां लिखने लगे कि it was, it's a permanent buy. Nothing is permanent. But for the time it was there, it was, I think, again, common sense. Again, I come back to this. Common sense with some basic numbers can give you some excellent trades, no doubt.
Great, sir. So that's the, the most important trait with you, so you are able to buy at right time and also sell at the right time. which very few, money managers are able to do for that matter.
Sir, हम hair हमेशा डरा रहता है. याद रखिए.
Got it, sir. Sir, you have been successful in predicting 3 beer markets in India. I mean, how are you able to do it? What are the indicators that you look at which gives you such picture that, things are just not going to work now?
So the first one was actually the 99, 2000, 2001 actually. And one of the clues came from Calcutta itself. So, Calcutta stock exchange pe badla 60-70% ka hone laga tha. And, I was telling all my friends, how is it sustainable? Yaar, ki matlab kya samajh rahe ho? Matlab, ye Himachal Global, ye wo kab tak bata? And I had all of them. Okay? I made 20x in these stocks. I never bought Infosys or Wipro and all that. मैंने तो ये कंपनियां लिया और मैं तो खुलेआम बोलता हूँ साहब कि मुझे इसमें कोई अब क्या होता है साहब कि जब कंपनियों को तकलीफ हो जाता है तो लोग छुपाते हैं कि मैंने कभी लिया था इसको, राइट? लोग बोलते नहीं सर, वी आर ओनली बाय क्वालिटी कंपनीज एंड हम तो सिर्फ विप्रो इन्फोसिस के नीचे तो कभी कोई लिया ही नहीं. भाई हम तो खुलेआम बोलते हैं हमने इनमें लिया. और नॉट जस्ट मी, 40% FII होल्डिंग थी इन दोनों कंपनियों में. Fidelity, HSB, आप नाम बोलो सबके थे. आज कोई नहीं मानेगा कि मेरे पास था. So the point is that at that point when Badla became 60-70%, and I was sitting in my office in Fort, every day stocks were 8% up. Every day. 60 रुपए की चीज Himachal became 2,500 rupees in a matter of I think 1.5 years time. I was sitting in my dealing room में सब लोग बोलते सर ये तो कमाल ही हो गया, क्या ट्रेड है, आप गॉड हो, ये हो वो. मैं तो यार मैं 35 साल का हूँ, मैं इतने पैसे मैंने लाइफ में कभी देखे नहीं. एंड फ्रैंकली यू नीड टू हैव अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ ग्राउंडेड think, yaar, I'm not that good as much as my PNL is telling me. So therefore something is wrong somewhere. I went home because I said, ये डीलिंग रूम से निकलो, यहाँ रहेंगे तो ये लोग पागल कर देंगे अपने को. मैं घर चला गया, घर पे बैठ के मैंने एक कप कॉफी बनाई. मैं शांति से, मैं घर में अकेला, कोई नहीं था, देवीना ऑफिस में थी. मैंने चुपचाप सोचा कि यार ये दिस इज टू मच, दिस इज आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल. 60% बदला, एवरी 200 पी के शेयर हो गए. दिस कैन नॉट लास्ट. दिस इज जस्ट वाइल्ड स्पेक्यूलेशन, नथिंग मोर देन दैट. तो मैंने ऑफिस में फोन किया अपने ट्रेडर्स को. हमने कहा कि सारा माल तो बस अपने को निकल जाना है. कहते क्या कर रहे हो सर, ये तो डिजास्टर है, आप कितना रिग्रेट करोगे. मैं पैसा कमा के रिग्रेट करूंगा यार, मुझे लॉस नहीं करना है लाइफ में. Again, common sense यार, कि this, I am not that smart. My PNL is looking too smart and I am not that smart. Put all the picture together, wild speculation, companies running up 8% every month. कलकत्ता में 60-70% का बदला हो रहा है. NASDAQ में एक वेबसाइट बना के कंपनियों के 10-20 बिलियन के मार्केट कैप हो गए थे, लोग आज भूल गए. You put the whole picture together, you know this is a runaway train which can only end badly. And it ended badly. You all know that. And likewise, 2008, maybe 2007 was not difficult at all because I was in the US. I saw the housing market myself. It was just out of control, completely. मतलब जो $3 लाख का घर है, सेलर को चाहिए, लोग $6 लाख बिड कर रहे हैं. 2 times the bid price. So again, these are wild eras and all these wild things end badly. कोविड के टाइम में इट वाज वेरी क्लियर. आई मीन फ्रैंकली डिड नॉट रिक्वायर जीनियस. वही बात है साहब कि आप थोड़ा डर के चलो मार्केट में. डोंट बिकम टू ब्रेव. यू नो दैट बीइंग स्लाइटली स्कैर्ड, बीइंग स्लाइटली हम्बल, कि ये एक बहुत बड़ा फोर्स है मार्केट, इससे लड़ो मत यार. ये मार्केट कुछ कह रहा है आपको, अब चुपचाप निकल जाओ इस चीज से. एंड लर्निंग ऑफ इन्वेस्टिंग इज ओनली दिस, अवॉइड द बिग लॉसेस. इफ यू अवॉइड बिग लॉसेस, तो बुल मार्केट में तो हर गधा घोड़ा कमाता है पैसे, उसमें क्या रॉकेट साइंस है. बट आप -50 हो गए, आप गेम ओवर है आपके लिए.
Got it. Sir, any big losses you have had in your career?
Very
Something
much.
you really believed or nahi chala?
Very much. Big loss was, I mean, the biggest loss I had was in 97 actually. 97, 98 in the Asian crisis itself. मैंने उस वक्त इंडिया का टेक बूम स्टार्ट हो रहा था और मैंने इन्फोसिस को शॉर्ट किया था. और शॉर्ट किया था, मैंने सोचा था कि 50 पी हो गया स्टॉक, और 50 पी साहब मतलब उन दिनों के लिए बहुत हाई होता था. आम कंपनियां 10-12 के ऊपर चलती थी. ये तो वहां से मैं बोला यार जो भी हो 50 पी के लायक चीज नहीं है. And like a fool, I kept shorting as the price kept going up. By the time I exited, I had lost a huge amount of money. Huge amount of. उसके बाद मैंने यही डिसाइड किया कि पी रेशियो के ऊपर ना कभी कुछ खरीदना है ना कभी कुछ बेचना है. Because market is a lot beyond PE ratios, lot beyond PE ratios. And anybody who invests based on that, I am warning you, the market is not as simple as that. कि 10 PE पे ले लो, 50 PE पे बेच दो, because 10 का 2 PE भी हो सकता है, 50 का 500 PE भी हो सकता है.
Right, sir. So we have few questions from our investors also. I'll take 2 of them, keeping that time in mind. He's asking you, sir, that he has heard somewhere you saying that have you left investing? Have you left trading now?
Yeah, I don't trade anymore.
Oh, you have stopped completely, so you don't trade at all these days?
I don't trade at all. I'm only now an investor. And the reason for that is I simply don't have the time to trade. Because I've traded for a very, very long part of my life. Probably majority of my life being a trader. But now I don't, first of all, I don't have the time. Second, I don't have the need. I don't feel thrilled by trading. I mean, maybe I'm, it's like अब जैसे मैं क्रिकेट नहीं देखता हूँ, to be honest with you. मैं क्रिकेट के ऊपर मेरी जिंदगी चली है, बट अब मैं क्रिकेट में कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं देखने. अब मैं देखता ही नहीं, मुझे कहाँ गेम हो रहा है, कैप्टन कौन, मुझे कुछ नहीं मालूम. लाइफ में you move on. So it's the same, that trading doesn't thrill me anymore. I find investing and having a wider view of things far more rewarding, far more interesting. And now we've started our whole the artificial intelligence and machine learning initiative, which is fascinating, which is so absorbing. और ट्रेडिंग के लिए साहब स्क्रीन के सामने बैठना पड़ता है, और मैं स्क्रीन का मैं गुलाम नहीं बनना चाहता हूँ.
Got it, sir. So the last question which we'll take for this session is that you started your entrepreneurship, I think, at a young age of 26. So what message you will give to the youngsters who are getting into the businesses and into the entrepreneurship these days?
I can tell you that from 26 to 29, I regretted every minute of it. So it was because the paise waise nahi tha hamare paas mein sahab. You know, I had only some 10,000 rupees which I got from my Citibank Provident Fund. So it was hand to mouth for 2-3 years. It was very, very tough. In hindsight, सब आसान लगता है साहब, लेकिन it was very tough. लेकिन मैसेज मेरा यही रहेगा, करना ही है तो जल्दी करो. Because जितनी जल्दी करोगे उतना ईगो कम रहेगा. तो मैं तो प्रिपेयर्ड था कि रोड पे सोना पड़ेगा, सो जाऊंगा, मुझे कोई दिक्कत नहीं. 26 साल का हूँ यार, क्या प्रॉब्लम. अच्छा बिजनेस क्लास नहीं जाना है यार, हम तो ट्रेन से चले जाएंगे, बस में चले जाएंगे. That ego when you're doing at 40, वो नहीं होगा कि यार क्या बोलेंगे लोग, मेरे यार दोस्त क्या बोलेंगे यार कि साला तुम इकोनॉमी में जा रहे हो और मैं बिजनेस क्लास में तुम्हारे दोस्त. तो वो ईगो नहीं है ना साहब. तो पहला तो बैरियर ईगो ही होता है लाइफ. सो इफ यू हैव टू बिकम एन एंटरप्रेन्योर, डू इट अर्लियर. प्लस एंट्री एग्जिट बैरियर बढ़ती जाती है, सैलरी बढ़ जाता है, अच्छे वर्क हो जाते हैं, बढ़िया घर मिल जाता है, लगता है यार ये छोड़ के वापस रोड पे कैसे आ जाऊं मैं. सो आई सेड कि छोड़ना ही है तो अभी छोड़ेंगे. लोग बोले वाइस प्रेसिडेंट बन जाओ, मैंने कहा नहीं, मैं असिस्टेंट मैनेजर से छोड़ रहा हूं भाई. सो it was very tough, but I would always advise if you do it as early as possible.
Right, sir. So the best question is always left in the end. So the last one which is there, the investors are interested in asking you is that what are the sectors? We can't ask you for stock recommendations for sure, but what are the sectors and themes that you are positive on or you are looking forward from here on?
Sir, आजकल तो सेक्टर ही एक हो गया, रिलायंस, उसी में सभी कुछ मिल जा रहा है आपको. But on a serious note, so I mean, in our PMS, we've had pharma, which has done very, very well. We've had chemicals. We've had, obviously, we hold Reliance. We hold some other very interesting, like we hold SL Propack, which yesterday I think was up some 15-20%. So we have like I said, 42 stocks. तो हमारा ऐसा नहीं है कि हमने सब कुछ बैंक्स में डाल दिया है, सब कुछ FMCG में डाल दिया. हमारे पास ब्रिटानिया भी है, नेस्ले भी है, लेकिन एक ओवरऑल कंस्ट्रक्शन में है साहब. ऐसा नहीं कि सारा कुछ दारोमदार उसके ऊपर. So, but broadly speaking, we've liked Reliance obviously, and we've liked some of the other ones. एक हमने अभी, because globally we saw payments as becoming a very big space. तो चाइना में हमने पेमेंट कंपनीज खरीदी, यूरोप में खरीदी, यूएस में खरीदा, एंड इंडिया में जब देख रहे थे तो एक ही कंपनी नजर आई in the payment space, which we bought. You know which one it is. You can easily find out. I'm not recommending, please. तो बाद में कोई मत करना सर मैंने ले लिया और मेरे को लॉस हो गया, because it is not a recommendation. We are professionals. We are brutal about all this. We will move out. So payments was an interesting space. इंडिया में चॉइस एक ही था, हमने उसको लिया, पैसे भी उसमें अच्छे बने.
Got it, sir. Sir, I can tell you it has been very insightful and very, very encouraging session. Thank you so much for spending this afternoon with us.
Thank you. It was a real pleasure.
Thank you so much, Shankar sir. Looking forward.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much.